Hi, my name is Lauren from Grayspace, and we are about to do a little ab blast with something extra just on the end. So this is just all both sides together. So we don't need to go all the way back and do it again, which is fun, nice little change. We'll be using a yoga block for this one. So if you don't have a yoga block at home, you can also just use a really thick book or get creative. If you find something else to use, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. So we don't need it just yet. Put it to the side at the top of your mat and we'll grab it a bit later on. So you can sit facing the top of your mat. I'm just going to face you, crossing the legs over. I'm starting with some gentle movement. So closing down your eyes, finding your nice deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly. Exhale out through nose. Couple more breaths, just focusing on the breath. Allow your breath to anchor you into the present moment, into your body as we move through today, but also for the rest of your day, for the rest of your week as well. Last breath cycle there. Deep core switching on, so pelvic floor in and up, transverse abdominis, flatten the space between your hip bones. You know to switch these muscles on prior to movement and while you're moving as well. So keeping the eyes closed, just starting with some gentle neck rolls, just in one direction. So ear to shoulder, chin to chest, around to the other side, ear to shoulder, and open up to the sky with the chin. So ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, open up to the other side. One more like this, then we go other direction. Now going other ear to shoulder, going the opposite way. Opening up to the sky, keeping your shoulders down, chest open. Last round here, and we make it a little bigger, going to the other side. Might like to blink open the eyes just to see what is happening. So we go round, making it a little bigger, and we come just up to ear to shoulder, then we go around other side. Coming up ear to shoulder. So making it a little bigger each time. Little press up, hands to knees. You've got one more on each side. And then we make it a bit of a side bend instead. So come back to the first side. Left elbow down, right hand overhead, big open stretch. Inhale through nose. Exhale, reaching a little further, separate top ribs away from top hip. For 3, keep breathing nice and deep. For 2, and coming all the way up other side, other forearm down, reaching up overhead, rib apart from hip on the top. Exhale, reach even further. Keep breathing for 3, for 2, and coming all the way up. Stay where you are. I'm just going to face the same way as you. Feet in Pilates stance out in front of you. Interlace the fingers underneath your knees. Tuck your tailbone under and roll back, keeping the hands linked so you stretch between your shoulder blades. Bring your chin to chest. Exhale. Inhale, shoulders together, roll all the way up, open through the chest as much as you can. Exhale, rolling back, stretch between shoulder blades, chin to chest. Inhale, rolling up, open through heart. Exhale, tuck back, last time. Inhale, all the way up, open, and releasing there, grabbing onto your block now. Putting the block between the knees, arms out to the front. Make sure you've got enough room behind you to lay down, slowly rolling all the way down. Hands can be flat on the mat, legs are coming into tabletop position. So this entire series laying on our back, the whole idea is that your hips don't roll away and arch through the back, keeping hips up towards your rib cage, belly button down to spine, and your deep core on. So block between the knees for some extra inner thighs. Inhale, toe tap down towards the mat. If it feels like your hips are rolling away, don't go all the way to the mat. Stop yourself and exhale to return. So inhale, toe tap down. Exhale as you return. Nice and strong through front of body. Yeah, we love it. We love this. And it's only just beginning. So much in store. You'll love your little yoga block or book or... See, I just don't even know what else you would use. I need some ideas, some inspo. Back in those COVID times, maybe we would have been a bit more creative. And by we, I mean me. I was pulling out all the stops there. I'll get back to you. Well, actually, you'll get back to me because I think I need your help on that one. Last one. All right, hands behind your head, elbows wide this time. Doing your ab curl, so exhale, tuck chin to chest, head and shoulders lift. We extend the legs away from us just an inch. Inhale, return everything all the way down. So at the same time, exhale, curl, toes reach. Inhale, return, head down. You're squeezing the block the entire time, so inner thighs working. Don't be alarmed if you do start to feel it in the front of your hips. Those are just your hip flexors, and they're activating because you're squeezing into the block as well. And they're just doing their job, basically. So that's nice. We love when our body does the job. And it always does, by the way. Mostly. Maybe 90%, maybe 95%, depending on who you are. Mine's definitely 90%. So yeah, gratitude for the bod. Say, thank you, body. I didn't hear you. What'd you say? Thank you, body. I heard that time. Last one there. All right, we are grabbing onto this block, and it's a bit funny, I know, or book or whatever. We've had that conversation. You're putting it behind your head, and the hands are just flat against it. So it's like a little headrest, but better. Going into our crisscross here. So one leg extends away, opposite shoulder to knee. Inhale to return back down. Exhale up and across, big twist. Inhale as you return. So you're curling across. When you come back down, fingertips that are on the back of the block, just rest on the mat. Don't come down so hard that you squash them. So I guess that's part of it, keeping the chin tucked. The more we strengthen everything underneath our chin, the less the neck is going to hurt. Especially if you're a little desk worker, little keyboard warrior. That's really good to strengthen the neck muscles because a lot of the time your chin will be really far forward when you're typing over your little keyboard, being a warrior. Not worrying, but just being a warrior, you know. Good, one more each side. Even yourself up. Then the legs are staying in tabletop position. Same twist across. Now stick with me. Opposite toe taps, so opposite to the one you're curling towards. Then switch. Then switch. Everything changes over. Opposite shoulder, opposite knee. Tap the other foot. Tap the foot towards. Tap the other foot. Twist all the way to other side. If you get it, you can go faster than me. Opposite toe, same toe, opposite toe, everything switches over. Opposite, same, opposite, everything switch. Opposite, same, opposite, everything switch. Keep it moving. I almost messed up there, but even I'm human. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Even I make mistakes. And I know that's crazy to think about, me making a mistake, but it does happen actually. I'm sure I've made a couple today already. Don't tell anyone, but also do. See, I almost made a mistake then, because I'm talking too much. One more round on each side, and then we tap the elbows instead, which you might be more familiar with, or not, and that's okay. All right, coming down. Go back to extending the opposite leg now. So curling up and across, extend the leg. You tap the elbows for 3. 3, same, 2, opposite, 1, everything switches over. Opposite elbow, same elbow, opposite elbow, everything switch. Opposite, same, opposite, everything switch. Keep going. So when I say opposite, it's opposite to the knee. So it's opposite, same elbow as the knee, opposite, and then everything switches. If you want to understand my brain, be careful. I'm still understanding it myself. Opposite, but that's how it works with this one. One more on each side. Everything switch. And coming all the way down. All right, grabbing the block, one hand on each long side, just the same as your book. Hopefully we've got no square books, that'll be a bit confusing. You just pick a couple sides, okay? Legs are in tabletop, heels together, knees apart. Little nutcracker. Exhale, curl up, reach between the legs. Level 1, legs here. Level 2, extend. Inhale, come all the way down. Exhale, reach through with your block, extend the legs or keep them bent. Inhale to return. So keep going with your option. With the leg extension, the lower you go, the harder it will be. But make sure when you go low that your back doesn't arch. Oh, that was painful actually doing that away. So don't do it because it even hurt me then. I don't want you to be in pain. What happened to thank you body? Why would you hurt it like that? Oh. Good, so always thinking about deep core and where your hips are. So if the legs go too low and you feel your hips move, you just go a bit higher next time. It's simples. You know, little meerkat ad? Yeah. I don't watch television anymore. It's Netflix only and there's no ads on there just yet. Surely not. One more and you're holding up in your curl. Pick your leg option. We're pulsing just the arms up and down. In, 2, 3, exhale. In, 2, 3, exhale. So this is a version of hundreds, but not really. Just a little variation. You inhale for just 3 and exhale for 3. Exhale, 2, 3, in. Last 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. Alrighty, putting the block next to you. Hold behind the legs, just rocking and rolling a few times. Should feel like nice on your back, like a little massage. If that doesn't feel nice for you, that's okay. You can just sit up carefully. All right, sitting up, no matter who you are. So feet are flat now. Block is just back to where it began. We don't need it anymore, to my knowledge. Fingers are pointing towards your hips and feet are flat on the ground in that Pilates stance. So squeezing your bottom, we're opening out through the chest. Nice stretch for the shoulders actually. And inhale to sit back down. This is it for now. We will build on it in the next one. Inhale, sit back down. Squeeze your bottom, drive through the heels, sitting back down. So you've got options here, keep moving. If you want to make it more of a stretch, you lift your hips higher. It's more of a yoga version. But if you would like to not arch through the back for whatever reason, you're just lifting your hips up, more like a hip thrust, and inhale as you sit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sit. Last 2. Then we're adding a little scoop with the hips. So you'll lift the hips, slide onto your heels, stretch the knees, scoop all the way through. Inhale, open up to the sky. You might need to make your hands a little wider. I only just made it then. Scoop all the way through. Inhale up towards the sky. Now, if that's not very nice for you and you absolutely hate it, and you're like, I can't do this today, it's okay. Give it a try. Give it at least 3 times. I always say you have to try everything 3 times to know if you love it or hate it. So today counts as 1, but you're going to do it, 3 times through. Is that a bit cheeky? Yes, it is. But you're going to give it a go. And then if you hate it, you just go back to that previous exercise where the hips lift and the hips lower. Everyone else is scooping. Belly button to spine as hips go back. Inhale, hips lift. Scooping through. Hips lift. Last one, scooping. Then everyone is holding tabletop position. Little tricep dips here. So we bring the elbows back, bending, exhale, push. Elbows back, bending, exhale, push. So elbows are going straight behind you, like they're hugging in towards each other. Make sure as you do your little dips here, it isn't just your hips bouncing up and down, it is actually your elbows moving. If it's getting a bit too hard for you, up with the hips lifted, you can do this version just on the ground with the elbows going straight back. Otherwise, we're up. We're up and at 'em. At 'em? At it? Who knows? Sayings, they just change, so it probably doesn't matter anyway. All right, we're adding a step in if you're up. If you're not, you just keep going. One leg in tabletop. Press up, foot down, swap sides. Coming down, exhale up, swap feet, swap sides. Exhale, push. So you're aiming for knee to be on top of hip, shin parallel with the sky. So you'll bring hips down a little bit, just so they're underneath knees and shoulders. One more on each side, or you're just waiting for me if you're down on the ground. Little pulses. Aren't we excited for this? I know I am. All right, elbows back. We hold 3/4 of the way down, up an inch, down an inch. You've got 10. It's the last thing, by the way. 9, 8, 7, oh, smile, it's so fun. 6, 5, 4, 3, we're almost there. 2, and 1, resting there. You made it, obviously. Never doubted you. So say thank you to your body, ab burner, and a little extra. You loved it, I'm sure you'll do it again.